Welcome to our purposely film that David is not trying to kill me. I say, how dare you speak to the writers? Have you heard those? They still was really awful. And I heard a lot of my things. I go with their steel or him. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. And then he tried to kill her. He tried to kill her by his. Why are you talking to that guy? He's like, my husband's not a kidnapper. What else? Keep checking my inbox to see if I received money. What? Like, for real? Nothing. Nothing. What else? What else? I'm gonna teach you language. That. I said decades ago. I'm gonna ignore those leeches if they spam me. And then I'm seeking the death penalty for them. Did he already kill himself? If that's the means, what is the son's bullying me? If his brother is trying to kill him, so he doesn't have sex with me. He doesn't even want to have sex with me. He should call the FBI and leave it there. Not harass me. This kid wasn't even. What is that reiterated gaslighting is because one of my primas was being abused through letters. Like, why you like do? Why in one of my prima's bedroom? That was my confused face. Like, why are they wasting time on that? So he had me read a few. Like, that's gaslighting. Don't kill yourself. Do you want some more than one FBI took from a day? Possibly not. If my electricity is still shut off. This is the cider, however. That leads to things that was first of my vagina. Says this is the decider. She's coming back to live with me or not. If she starts begging for people to give her money for electricity bill, she has been doing the whole time. And not like trying to run from me or escape from what yo no le hago. Ew. They possibly have fake me. Messages. Ew. Hola, Lich. Yo te voy a decir buenas noches. No tengo luz en el apartamento. Vamos, solo.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like parts and parts.
Ew. Still. Ew. Ew. I'm gonna do the same card. Next, we got a skirt from Urban Outfitters. Oh, those leashes that looks like skirts that my mom would wear. So those leashes are like, no, don't give her money. She's just like, that's how much to Gloria Nilsson. Sarah might be like, you're getting us killed, aren't you? That's how she does to dance with me. Or she goes on. But Irene didn't have a grandma. Well, it's so annoying. So I'm like, okay. Interpol. Mardi Gras. Secrets of Science. What else? That's why they starvation. There's sorrow. Yeah, he killed Gloria Nilsson. He killed Gloria Nilsson. So they killed Gloria Nilsson. I'm talking that. And it's wrong. Then they are trying to use rings. I hope. I shouldn't be this leech plays people. So I'm going to comiendo mi casa. Ya que se va. I'm going to color this on the pencil there. What else? What else? What else? So I look on sexy, that would be maybe fearful. Wanted to tell me to go to Ibiza, a ver si come asustada para que no te mate. And they laugh. Behind the scenes, they're like, zero insurance, zero insurance. Do you know they're Mexican the drink on purpose? Trying to give a bad name to the kid. There's that image of the Frost Tower. I miss my mom. What else? Yeah, she's dead. No time. I don't know. People already went to it. No. Again, it's not of all the mothers is the oldest. And they didn't foresee what it is. Having a stroke a while ago. I mean, I was always the other day doing nothing. Oh, I need to turn it on. What? What else? What's going on? I need to try myself. My radio. Donna Leeches. Cuánta pesa en la arena. Wearing white, red, yellow. De la mano de esto, haciéndose para mí. Él me roba mi dinero y hace que yo pase hambre para que su esposa no piense que es bicho. Yo vi a la nena chiquita María, así me mandaron. Seems like the time. The kind they scream like, yes, listen to awesome. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? One person here. And sending my girlfriend make a make just her follow this person or that she follows. What else? I can need money, I guess. And I want to and get money with me. Benjamin Suarez son esos sons that make me steal my money and get away with me. Oh, yo no perdono un segundo que yo haya pasado hambre. That automatically disqualifies them for me to have sex. So they've been begging for years. Oh. What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, I don't know. Disrespect towards myself. Jaden, Kehlani, my mother, my father. What else? Sean to this person. So who is Megan Ann following the minister? That I like to share. my GoFundMe. Never. I don't know to right now. Just gosh, what's the word? Just yeah. My sister and there's cameras here. And my brain wanted me to be like, no, you weren't thinking about me, you were thinking about me. What did she describe in her mind that she was doing? And then she'll break them. That's what I always say. What else? What else? What else? And fan. Follow. You can decapitate when you don't you can say my you can take what an FBI gosh. You can decapitate my little sister and you can decapitate you little sister. That's how we pretend. Like this, you think John wants eating somewhere. And send it to you in 5 years. Show me how. What else? What else? What else? Anyway. What else do we need? Oh, I'm spacing it out so I can read more. Maybe. Ideally, what else? Where have I seen it before? But what else? What else? What else? If I were by actually seeing one. Please. Options is that we should. I love that. What else is send it to a stranger nearby? What else? 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 Anyways, I've been sharing the whole picture of some photos. Gloria Nilsson. How am I gonna live with what else? Oh, do they get mad? And they're like, what do you mean people describe state and like what I would have turned out? I mean, but it's just how sexy is. What else? And so, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There's no resemblance there. that picture I took of Jaden and 19 and Austin. Oh my god, that's so precious. Whatever that is. I don't know without bandage. And he was in like the rundown buildings, so that's what the leeches say. Well, now that's the home that Jaden wants. They want suspicious representation. They want people to be on social media just to do everything. Like, don't stand near trash can ever. They love the word trash. They're so dumb. They don't want to use their brains. They want us to look like truly expensive. So give me my money back. So they would have tried for me to legally prostitute myself so I could play the part in that's possibly why he's killing me. Because it's been counting how many times I've been wearing the same top. What else? 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 That's why he says Jesse. It's like, you only have one laptop. You siempre tienes la misma camisa. Like, apúrate, legally prostitute yourself before he kills you for stealing my money. Ew. Or que se maten, ew. They're so gross. They're cheap looking and they're behavior upset before. Like, I'd rather be a taco with the right person one day than being next to those beaches. And they're my chances of a date. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, that's what else? 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 Yeah. So bored. What else? What else? You can decapitate everyone that steals my money, everyone that gets in the way of me, decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicle. You can start with Naomi Suarez Suarez. Start with Jimmy Zenaridi Suarez Suarez. You can start with Gloria Margarita Garza. You can start with, who do I see a picture of there? Oh, they're like, if she was addicted to porn, this is what she jerks off to. Look at my picture there. They're excited that they think that they took over my phone with pictures of them. What else? 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 And the puerca. What else? Anyway, they have San Antonio till today. What else? What else? What else? They got range. Just honest. Don't look at yourself. And I'm gonna sue him for damages y perjuicios. Porque he just ruined my potential holiday possible today. Or the other day. Or the other day. What else? 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 That'll depend on if I'm in the mood for them. Want my property back when I sue them. Pero, what else? My breakfast I've missed with Jaden Kinlan since 2016. I can just determine that and say that to the lawyer. By the time the Jaden came on here, or with me meaning I'm financially stable to provide for myself, Jaden came on, I'll just count how many breakfasts did I miss with Jaden came on. And base it off that way. How much money I want him to get me. What else? What else? Ooh, the prices of eggs nowadays. What else? 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 Okay, so what else? I voted for myself today. What else? What else? I don't know what I got my mother. What else? And I'm not even Latino, I'm not even Latino. What else? What else? What else? What else? What do I want? Where have I seen him before? It hasn't been here. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? CBS Energy. So, ¿qué gente vaga de Liverpool? O no quieren viajar y lo que hacen es violar. That should be the tagline of Spirit Airlines. That's why those leeches that I grew up around steal my money. No quieren viajar y quieren violar. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways. I mean, like the old lady that's out there. It's what he said to me decades ago. That he has conditioned everyone on the planet to not ever give me money because he's married to me and he can provide. He shows them backstage with my name on it and that I'm lying. So he threatened me decades ago that I'll be 80 years old, even with a kid. I'll be blessed. If I'm still alive, never been gone on a date. You haven't shocked them yet? What else? 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 I'm tagging the FBI in this post. Oh, no, never mind. Anyways, I'm tagging the FBI in this post. NATO, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States, the International Criminal Court, the what is it? The U.S. Army, the U.S. Marines. I don't like getting ever run to Kill me, kill Gloria Luisa. Acevedo. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Benjamins, what is the son that raped me, that's not my money, get away from me. I wanna eat some sandwiches actually. I see my corn. What else? I could be cooking for dinner and only today. And for myself, I'll make some potatoes today. What else? Mozzarella cheese curls. My stomach still thinks she's a she wants to be like, well, let me tell you. That's planitas. You know, and for the right price, they'll take you out dancing. Only if I approve it. You have to wear this, you have to do this, you have to do that. Que mató a Gloria Luisa Acevedo Cordero. Y yo soy tipo tan cheap, pobre. No, yo no, yo soy rica y ella me roba. So this leech steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money. So that Maria Andres Andres Lorenzo takes him out as an illegal male prostitute. This steals my money so that I'm homeless or wear mismatched clothing so that my sister will marry him. This leash wants to kill my brother and my other sibling that rapes him. And me just never does anything wrong so that he can finally have the marriage with like this sibling in that bedroom. As if I didn't do group homework in that bedroom. Some days with leashes that rape him and he rapes. I was in school and the teacher said, well, you have to get together. So I'm like, wanna do it in my home? I know how to book people into my own bedroom and siblings know how to get away from that. No desire to have sex with this. Most likely my parents initiated me to have sex with them. With the way that I want to take myself on cruise trips, I want to read so many books. They're just second cousins that accidentally landed on me. Ew, then most likely I wouldn't have been compatible sexually with unless I already would have had the on them. What else? 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 You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Maria Angeles Lorenzo. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez sons that rape me, that steal my money, and get away of me receiving money. There's no such thing as first steps. Just because the way that he looks makes him look what else? Yeah, I have no one today. For no one today. What else? What else? What else? And he's kind of hot, very cute, but I've seen him already before. I'm not gonna find out who he's married to or how much money he has. I should be financially stable, and then if he gets me pregnant, I can just survive with my baby. What else? I most likely will get for adoption. Unless he turns out to be sick. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? So I'm here like always in a rush. Oh no, he's in the room. Right. But that's good. Anyway, so I'm like here in a rush to get laid. In a rush to get laid. This is me in a rush to get laid. What else? 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 So please spare me de que él te quiere ver bien todos los días. En lingerie de la perla los martes. En Agent Provocateur los sábados. El otro miércoles ya todas practicamos que está el calendario. When I apparently don't find them sexually attractive. What else? And it was my mother that initiated me in having sex with them and allowed them to rape me. So, ew, rape them. What else? What? And this is not a date. What else? What else? What else? Where did this go? Do I want to watch something for entertainment? Or like panhandling all day? Oh, I don't know what more after this one. Just after that. And he had to find me. What else? What do networking with that? And Lima is the guy from financial stimulus. What else? What else? What else? What else? Why panhandle? Oh, you're wasting your also because now you're lucky thing. What else? What else? I want a birthday here. Did you take me? Like, I'll be right back. 308. Then you can head back here to Chick-fil-A, leave your kids and attend the thing. And you can sit here arranged by yourself and pick one. What else? What else? What else? That lets itself be picked. Almost ready for coffee. What else? The way that it was. What? Oh, am I giving instructions of who to kill? What else? With my subconscious. What? What else? What else? That's how happy they look with teenage and the ladies. All 15 of them. What? Ella no sabe ser hombre, ellos son mujeres. Ella no se muere. Ew, esos tipos son tan puercos. Ew. They traffic me into poverty to try to show me pictures of them with leeches in white. Oh. Yeah. What else? 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 I'm shooting Brittany Acres and stuff. What else? I'm decapitating. God, I was in self-defense. Maybe I'll What else? What else? I have a headache. I want coffee now. My vagina. What else? Anyways, I'm getting coffee. I guess coffee. That or whatever. What? I'm just gonna be me. And a good time to be around them, and I'm just having fun. What else? I'm just upset I can't take myself on because people care for Jericho. You know how the dog clothes are so good. That's so good. Only today. What else? 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 When I was a dating Kilani in Tampa next week, I will shop at International Plus. I want to eat a burrito. I want to. What else? I want to shop at Harvard Village, eat a thing to eat. What else? What is the castle? Stay with Dating Kilani at Victoria Hotel. I want to. What? Did I say I shop at Hyde Park Village? Eat a thing to eat. To take Jaden Kilani to Magic Kingdom. Eat at Menlo Bakery. I miss those sandwiches. I want to. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Shop at Dating Kilani at the shops that were girls. And that was the chocolate. I need a burger joint. I want to take myself to South Carolina. In June for my birthday. What else? What else? What else? You know what? How he wants to be trying to kill me? How he wants to try to kill me by saying behind the scenes, what did they say? Welcome into you. He pays leeches. Does he pay leeches to talk to me? And I'm my own best friend. El tipo es un puerco. Se la ha pasado 20 años diciendo, does Arlene want to hate crime towards her? Does Arlene want to hate crime towards her? Like seriously, if she could just get attached to one of you, then I wouldn't go through with that. Codependence. What else? What else? What else? El tipo es un puerco. What else? What else? Oh, did they let my electricity get passed due? Porque they play pretend. They're like, Luis Lorenzo se cree que vive con ella, pero porque todos los días yo lo saludo y digo, le mamaste el bicho a mí. So I had to not give her money para que her electricity bills passed due. Porque Luis Lorenzo se cree que vive con ella. Qué Barbie delincuencia. For real, los niños no lo han matado. Qué Barbie delincuencia es. Fool. Can't remember how they Los niños, si para allá estar con esos muscles, it has to be so fucking hard. I get like the type. And I look at her like shit, literally. What else? What else I cannot need to? Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? My shorts. There's someone here. There's someone up there. So lovely. And those are nice shorts. What else? So, oh, so they think that I'm gonna recommend them and be like, well, bleach. I'm not gonna use their pictures because emoción I have heard and watched this. And be like, you take it. Yo no puedo, no tengo uñas sin pintar, todo el mundo nos va a tomar el dinero anyway. So why don't you take it? They live for that. They're so good. Everyone that kills millionaires is a little you can decapitate the sons that rape me as so I'm so your shorts. That's why I was what else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate me, I mean sort of sons that rape me, that steal my money, get in the way of me receiving money. What else? What else? What else? People. People. There's no such thing as person of murdering. Yeah, like giving it up to so many people through Tinder and Bumble. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? What? So bored. No, my phone. I already sent my girlfriend me being to this person. Oh, I should have watched it. He thinks that I'm an influencer of like life coach. I'm like, haz lo que te dé la gana porque sea legal. So el tipo tan bruto, es like, no, no todo como pizza hoy. It's like, él es un copycat y quiere comer y hacer todo lo que yo hago. Él no entiende what influencing is. Ew. So él dice, no, mira, esto se peinó mejor para comer pizza en Royal Blue Grocery. Aquí te tengo un catálogo de todas las clichés que llevé con el dinero de Arlene already en los pasados 30 años. A Royal Blue Grocery, mira cómo se pinta el pelo, mira cómo se maquilla, mira cómo me lo muevo, mira cómo hace esto. Arlene es un aburrido, don't listen to her. Anyways. What else? Anyways. So boring. What else? I'm so bored. Where have I seen him before? Maybe here? Possibly. What else? For real, like very attractive just to fuck. I don't want to know anything about his life. Why would I want him to get attached either? No me tiene que llevar a bailar, just cute. Pero it's the muscles on his arms que lo That makes me think that his dick is hard too. What else? 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 Oh no, I said that first. Ouch. What else? I can do this all day until I get my baby's car. Or I turn into that lonely old woman that is 80 years old and has children, is homeless still. As if that's an option. He has my money that he steals from me. And he's still alive and gets away with it. Terrorizing my mother and my dad like if I'm some cartoon character that he plays with. El tipo es un puerco. Is he in jail? What else? What else? What else? What else?
Yeah.
What is this music one? I need arranged. They think that because I love college, that I love raising my kids to not be rapists and not be raped. And I'm like, honey, you can't be flipping your hair like that. You're not me. They think one is like a whole package of goodness mixed in with that. You're so gross. It is like, nena, flip your hair all you want, screw my face. Ew, bees. I can't cook. And I need a loofah, but now that I have an apartment, it keeps getting worse. Energy to shower. Ew, ese Andrew sale un puerco, me roba mi dinero para que yo no pueda bañar. Y me muera o se lo mame. Is that his name? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know who he is, and I don't even care. Ugh. Oh, that's the person that works here. Like, but what the hell is eating here? Chick-fil-A closes at 10. I mean, well, I eat it tomorrow. Anyways, I'm busy. I got myself what else? 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 Oh, they wanna play. Honey, it was important so that you hide your cute jokes about other men from me. Those rapists, kidnappers. Oh, ew. Ew. So thought the Venice conference, they go on macho, macho man, beating up women. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, he turned into everything that I hate. The commentator of life, he calls it, or I call it. With my mind at family parties, like I'm gonna make her speak one day while starving her so that she knows what it is like to vent when one has problems. Like money, I solve everything with money. He's killing me because of that. Porque he has my money and people rape him. El tipo es un bruto que doesn't know que la gente le roban hasta los zapatos. Se lo empezaron a decir. Cuando le roban los zapatos, you're raping people by stealing money from Arlene. What else? Instead of just gifting me money, anyone can give me money and break the spell. It doesn't have to be him. I just need to be financially stable. That's what I keep the people from good. They want to make him responsible for the actions that he took decades ago towards me. One of them has already been to jail supposedly, and says that until I die, he will get to go to jail for femicide. In the meantime, I wish I could be like, look at what I'm shopping for later, or what I bought earlier, or I'm just here in my home, or getting ready for a hot date by myself, didn't get line whispers, or someone else, but someone else is supposed to fill up my vagina with this dick. What else? What else? What else? Anyways. Oh, that's also why I treat everyone like a petty fuck that I respect. Look, there's a camera here. My sibling will see who it is that the guy was sitting next to me. And then they will all go on to rape him. All of these leeches. And more. And they think that I want to be like wedding topper Barbie. This is a no marriage for the rest of my life. Y se planea ya, deja que un día ella esté con él y él esté con nosotras en range y ella esté también en mi grocery comiendo y nos vea todas salir con él de range. A liches, gente. So cute. There is the bait sometimes. That's a really cute look too. What else? 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 Delisa Martinez once invited me to a timeshare. Y the first thing I don't think I con mi estimado. I'm like, if I'm stuck in that vacation, mato al nene de ella. I'm like, no, thank you. Like, ew, like a timeshare that you have to sit down through hours just to get a free trip. That wouldn't have flown with Acre también. I'm like, I'm gonna run it by you just para que después no digan que I didn't say. Nah, they invited me to that. Ew. And then I said, how was it? Oh, no, I didn't listen out, but I'm not there. Ew, 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 ew. Qué gente tan cafre, gente. Qué, qué gente tan cafre. Uy, ¿tú la has visto con eso? Ew, qué gente tan cafre. Ew, ¿tú la has visto con eso? Oh. Ew, qué tipo tan puerca. Ew. In the meantime, call my message here. I got like $60 for food tomorrow. My food stamps get deposited on the 25th if you give me money soon. And I want a burger from this double standard. Not on money. They wanted to be surprised. Who says that I don't remember that in my brain? Ew. Ew. Anyways, I know what I'm supposed to bring to. Dave is one of son of us. We saw him like 3 times already and get approaching because I don't have money. So because my subconscious thinks that someone he was talking to me too, pretending to be on the phone like this one. I'm gonna be like smirk, smirk. I'm masturbating to the thought of myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? Que nene tan lindo, platinum hair, pantalla, the crosses. So pretty short. Los short shorts I think I can get. Tremenda nalga. Si de duro lo tiene. What else? 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 Ojalá ese carrito que están looking for the real deal. What else? What else? I need more of the glass. I need a loofah, a tan. What else? What else? What else? I need to shave money. What else? What else? What else? And that guy could be just trying to provoke me. I know they stayed in my homes. Or just around that lives at 300 Main with traditional marriage, wife, kids, and was just here drinking a coffee and water. I need to buy water. El Sefer merece una oportunidad de mamarse las tetas. like de la primera que me diga, but that's why I don't talk to him, que me quieren mamar las tetas, I will mirar pero mostrarlas hasta que se mueran. Todas, todas, son unas asco. Tratando de violarme, me roban mi dinero, and they bring him up like every fucking time that they see him. I'm pretty much possibly non-sexual towards him. Very handsome guy, like 3 or 4. But my parents were the ones that initiated me having sex with him. And it kill me because everyone says the wife like if she had feelings for me. Ew. What else? What else? What else? Not even recreational. Gente, like, it's not a baby breed that I would feel bad for having rape, pero tiene edad de adulto y sabe manejar un carro. For real, de la manera que se metieron en mi casa, me roban mi dinero, mis vehículos, y ellos se la llevan. Ellos me tienen miedo, porque si no se van a estar conmigo. And I'm gonna marry license. Ay, me pasa. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I've been nothing but hospitable towards them in this planet, but the BMW that I got him was someone in Paris gifted him a better custom vehicle than the one. Her artwork was better. Mine is always too hard. What else? What else? I'm so bored. How embarrassing of that artwork too. Because I so stressed. So then he go around and stealing. That's his excuse. He's like, she think isn't that because it's been like 30 years since she ever sucked my dick. So I don't kill her. I'm gonna steal that mouse apart. Artwork from her and give me myself a vehicle with my own money that I have from her. I'm gonna know some part. What else? What else? Yeah, Rose if he's begging me for sex. It could be the money too. What? Yo le voy a robar mi gato un día. Oh, that time I was in a rush to learn how to drive. I'm like, yo le voy a robar mi gato un día y lo voy a pasar por encima con él. My sibling has the joke, voy a hacer como un gato entrar dentro del carro y matarlo. Pero I'm much more of like running over him with the vehicle. Oh, some people say that he may kill himself and give me my money back because just like he made David Ledesma rape me, some people are gonna make it happen that one day I run over them with my vehicle for abusing me, taking money. Now that I've come clean publicly. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So much. I don't know how to order my apartment this year. Anyways, that's our middle of the home. Is that what they want to drag me into? Those leeches that I grew up around, they're so gross. They're so gross. Esa tipa una puerca. If she trafficked me to a conversation with him in 2020, yeah. Literally Sunday, I should leave this area. I may have been Sunday. My girlfriend made him send people now. So who should I pick now? Oh, there's like a brain host. Gotcha. In the meantime, please do the complete thing and let us know today. What else? Oh, la lichas me odian. They think that when I see them, I think about those leeches. I act like they're rehabilitated, and I don't remember them. I truly don't. I don't remember who abuses me for more than a while. Like only in the moment and after long, like totally random person could be rehabilitated if we've met in the past. They harbored towards themselves privately talking about me for decades, and I'm like, I'm to target this man. What else? What else? What else? What else? I need money for rent. What else am I doing? You can take my picture. What else is I build buildings. To be prettier. Well, I was that. I can get a banana. I could get it. I'm gonna suffer tomorrow eating peanut butter with bread and dark chocolate covered almonds for breakfast. And I don't money for outfits. I'm like a homeless for. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate him in such sense that rape me was the only Lord piercing. Oh, if they would know this one now trying to kill his parents. Okay, if they brought him over to orgies, it's like going to kill the ladies that she was hosting them. They don't know how to head over to the balcony like I do. I was there one time when I was 19. I'm like, this isn't where I want to be at. Oof, listen, I was telling him that he was much younger than me too. I was like 19 and he was probably like 10. And as Rivera was there and other people were naked that I didn't like anyone. I'm like, I don't want people to be confused here that this is my wedding to all of them. That's what they talk beforehand because they're deceiving sometimes. Or I don't want that kid to feel bad because, like, I think it's privately maybe let him go down on me or kiss him, pero like así frente a gente, ¿no? And that's also his crew. So I just headed over to the balcony. Like, I'm not comfortable here, and that's it. So those leeches quizás se dejan que se lo metan por bruto. And then they want to kill the adults that host the orgies, and then they continue raping. Oh, they don't know when to stop. They don't know their age. Only when it's to drink or to work at a nightclub. What? What else? What else? What else? Like, has a very dangerous job. A ver si explota. Ed. And no, you feel. I'm like, what did they get to? You want to slow? Me lo dice yo, pero and then when I was about to sell my artwork, he's like, I think I'm gonna retire. Like, oh, not to be with me. Yeah, is what I thought. So those leeches that steal from me too are like, no, le den dinero al leech, entonces they will eres más se retira from that dangerous job. They wake up. ¿Dónde está esto? Esto es lo otro que está haciendo, bla, bla. Ew, and they call them his son. Or like, so the wife is the little too. Y es como tener un grillete. Ew, un brutoso. What else? Porque ya behind the scenes dice que papi me abusa. Y esos padres, dicen, okay, even si yo la abusara, tú no eres un homeless shelter, that leash, because I don't take her shopping and on an airplane every week, te robó tu dinero, tu carro, tu casa y tu macho. Quite literally, all your goals of traveling together with them. Si la gente roban el nene y la nena para que la lleven de viaje también. Porque no quieren viajar sola, dan un asco que sola se van a ver de mala reputación. They need to be having like a man right next to them para verse importante and not hurt their illegal prostitution business. Ew. So even if those leeches dads were abusing them, this is a separate issue. They literally went on to stay in my homes without my permission. They went on to use my vehicles without my permission. They steal my money. They outfit them with outfits, maleta y todo. Y la llevan por todos lados pretending that they're. And they're like, mami, papá, son tan aburridos, están allí en Kaplash. Oh, gran olaja. Porque no, cuando yo voy a Olajas, es like, yo voy a Olajas. Pero cuando mami y papi están en Olajas, es like, there's esa que tiene una foto que se casó con algo católico y estaban orgías brincando tanto pene y él también. Fo, qué gente tan puerca. ¿Cómo van hacerle ese servicio a la iglesia, de que se casaron uno y ellos están juntos para toda la vida, y yo juntos para toda la vida, no juntos con toda esta gente. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I want my BMW. It was from 1999 back. One was it like from 1997. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and sus sons that steal my money, get in the way of me receiving money, prioritize rape. They've had females rape me. I've never had sex with a woman. Son un asco. Anyone que se lo mame, ellos le dan mi carro para que lo guíen. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. There's people who say he didn't get to like the home with her recreational sex even. What else? What else? What else? And still they have sex? Wow, qué porquería de gente. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can de Lorenzo Acevedo, Yadier Lorenzo Chaparro. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo that lost my virginity for me decades ago. They wanted to reintroduce me to Bitcoin, so I wouldn't go where there's free Wi-Fi, get coffee like a normal human, and be like, oh no, isn't it acceptable? That's what they do. They're stalkers. Ew, they're aggressive as fuck because they were born in a palace. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo like, yeah. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Berenice Venega because I don't have a grandma. She's stealing. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. I want to get back to stitching. I want to activate my website, lorenzoart.com. This might work there. I'll show you my return today. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. They want to tell me, now that you've had kids, when can we tell you that we can give you a spanking? Nunca. Ella se cree que si marriage when her sister en la iglesia católica married to my parents and my siblings, she can't force me into that. Like Ilani se lo expliqué. Ilani, when she was forced, said to me, Jane and Edgar, said you can't. But it is sad though, but she has so much potential and her brother too. Like, please do go find someone outside that you two ya no meter en la preña y no te viole ella ni tú lo violas a él. If that happens behind the scenes, the Vanessa says, I invite Gabby all the time and the kids gonna fuck each other and it's gonna get on it. So that's why she won't suck my dick. No correlation, no correlation. El tipo es un puerco. You can decapitate David Ledesma. You can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martinez. Urias is just pimping my kids out there. You can decapitate Elch, Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Edgar Munoz Carrero that killed Gloria Nirsa Acevedo, trying to prove a point that Gloria Nirsa me abusó. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Jimmy Gendali Christian Di Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martinez Urias that killed Gloria Nirsa Acevedo. You can decapitate Edgar Munoz Carrero that steals money from me, Jada and Kehlani that killed Gloria Nirsa Acevedo Cortez. You can decapitate Maribel Muniz, Maribel Matias. You can decapitate Richie Hale that raped me in 2023 and they want to see him. He said that he was getting better, with Yesenia Ramirez Lorenzo decades ago because she had her own room and I didn't have a wardrobe. I didn't invite him into my room. He raped me. It's like I have a set of books that I want to read and a few trips that I would take by myself before I would even have sex with people and they don't get it. They would barge into my room and rape me. El tipo un puerco. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He's possibly laughing at me that this time around was homeless. He also, because I had, what is it, 5 years younger than me, on top of me when he barged into my bedroom one day, closing to that baby, when I know how to speak. And I said, "Rigorous, what are we calling it? As long as it's not stupid." And letting it go to the museum like every day, even if it's with the nanny, because I'm gonna get tired. That would have been fun. It would have been really pretty. A model, Gap model all the way, or otra marca, my own label. He possibly already designed it. You can think, oh, well, he got on my sister's bed and pretended to be having sex with her, and then this leech showed up to my bedroom too, and started doing that shit too. Yo no lo invité a mi cuarto. Oh, ew, they used to go through Gloria Mirza to have sex with me. Él se casó conmigo. Richie. Us three got married one day. No, we didn't. He just wants to collect wedding presents from other people. He said to Gloria Mirza, have her wear a white Hanes t-shirt. Que we're marrying her one day. Y Gloria Mirza like, just put this on today. Ese nene viene a visitarte y se va a casar contigo. Ew, ew, ew. They possibly went on and have pictures of themselves with everyone with a white t-shirt on that day. And they want to show me, or they already did, everyone that got married together. Lee was there, Lee wore that t-shirt, right? People explain it to La Lich, yeah, Lich. Then there's people at the Baptist church getting married. And then there's people at St. Mark's getting married. Y en la iglesia católica me acuerdo están casando a alguien y alguien en su propia casa haciendo una ceremonia. It doesn't mean that they're all marrying each other. El tipo es un puerco. Oh, you can decapitate me having Suarez on his sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. What else? What else? What else? You can Carolina Chavez. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Caro Cristina. ¿Qué me quieren ofrecer? ¿Un cuartito en la casa? A ver si el esposo. Ay, está ahí que no lo escuché. Se perdieron esa rosca. They traffic me into poverty, these leeches. Some of them, at least one of them, to have me in an extra room to be with their husband. Like, okay, no, está bien porque el niño está en el cuarto. Ew, they're so gross. Yeah. What else? This is so good. Anyways, you can decapitate. Pero or last cleanest, you can decapitate Kayla Barnes, an illegal prostitute since age 5. Ew, me robó my art supplies. In my home, yes, the leech was like, oh my god, I found the woman of my life. Mientras la violaba, porque that's the 5-year-old in my home that I paid for. Ew, ew, ew. They thought they had first dibs of my vagina porque se mate. Ew. Oh. You can decapitate Diana Acevedo. You can decapitate Gloria Suarez. You can decapitate Elizabeth Roman. You can decapitate Alejandro Real. You can decapitate Mayra Alejandra Villarrubia. You can decapitate whoever sent me this message, as long as it's not Jada and Kehlani abusing me, as to separate Jada and Kehlani from me. What else? What else? What else? What else? I didn't give up Jada, I didn't give up Thelonious too, and Jada Kelani with me. With me doesn't mean 24/7, but I'm provider, senota. You can decapitate las leeches that caused genocide onto Jaden Kelani and myself. Trying to rape me. Son tan puercas. Ew. You can decapitate Maria Luisa Rosa. You can decapitate Yesenia Ramirez Lorenzo. They're after Gloria Nisas. Well, you can decapitate Maria Alejandra Villarrubia. What else? You can decapitate Ana Luz Carrero. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Esas tipas dan un asco, no saben hablar todavía. Que me quiere decir, nena, pero tú coges calle todos los días, a ti no se te puede dar dinero, porque entonces estás en todos lados y los hombres se van a fijar en ti. Oh, that was Sonia Alvarado Sharma. But you know every day. Did you hear that? Uy, eso le parió hijo a ella o a él, esa puerta. Ew. Oh, he's a grandpa now. So sorry, babies. Ew. Ugh. Qué gente puerca. Ew. Ew, ew. Oh, they have a saying que si ya se te apagó la luz que ya mamaste bicho. For real? Hasta ahí llegamos porque estamos this close of the death penalty, so they say. No empieza a decir que ya mamó. Empieza a decir que ya mamó. She's serious about the death penalty for us. I've heard there's some that they're like, no, denle dinero. And people are like, dude, I was gonna give her money a while ago, pero you said no, so I'm not like tengo el tango. Cuando tú digas, people start feeling like they're hostage. So when he says dale dinero ahora, no le dé dinero ahora, people just walk away. That's not my vehicle, it's a Toyota. What else? I'm dehydrated. I haven't drank a lot of water. I've used the restroom a few times. Healthy times, but not, yeah, times. What else? Anyways, once I'm financially stable, this will all be forgotten. And I'll be on Tinder and Boom Boom and taking myself out. Who's gifting me money tonight? What else? Anyways, congratulations to Ginny Zendaliris Lorenzo Suarez and Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons that raped me, steal my money, and get in the way of me receiving money on the arranged marriage de aquí se go. La Lich le dice, si no matas a él, no me caso contigo, o no te lo mamo más nunca. Él no se quiere ni el mismo, él dice que soy una wife, que necesito. Improvements. Oh, have I not shaved in a while? What else? Oh, well, I eat tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow. Maybe just a summer at HEB. I got on Monday. What else? What else? Anyways, how much money do I have? Anyways, you can decapitate everyone that killed Gloria Nilsson. This is not. When will I be able to answer this question? I slept so good till late. I took 2 trash bags out of my apartment. I had to take the current one out. And one day, when it's cool outside, I'll clean. What else? Waiting for eviction. Possibly do it over to the waiting for help. I'm gonna kill Morgan's baby constantly first. And self-defense. Isn't it them that raped her anyways? And steal my money. And I'm a victim of abuse. Y ella que se burla todavía that she steals my money. Ew. Anyways, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So bored. You can decapitate how many sodas and assistants that rape me that steal my money. You can decapitate Jimmy Jandali restaurantes, so sabes que sabo todo de mí. Ella se quiere hacer mi confidente y tratar de hacerse lesbiana. She's tried it already to try to rape me. So embarrassing. So gross. Ew, the way that she behaves. Ew, porque no se ha matado todavía. Her dad que se lo que se mate already. What else? What else? What else? Parece que no tiene remedio. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I should take a. Oh, it's on my girlfriend. My siblings want to kill me, so my GoFundMe campaign is directed to Jaden and Kehlani's life, and then they'll steal the money from Jaden and Kehlani and be like, no, 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 Nina. Do they go on saying to Kehlani, no te pongas cool, they can that man will notice you and not So la Elich y la Lich wanna traffic me and say a Arlene no le importa su nene y su nena porque no está aquí en unos meetings aburridos donde yo sea la mamá la que esté disponible. Regardless si me quiere matar o no, mientras discuten si el nene y la nena de Arlene pueden tener escote o no to attract people sexually. When I'm like, that bitch, I'm gonna kill her, she keeps looking at me in the eyes. That's why. What else? Pérdida de tiempo. Those meetings. Pérdida de tiempo. They fight que si la falda se supone que sea más corta, bla, bla, bla. They're like, I don't get it porque Arlene no me mira así. Ew, ew, ew. What else? What else? That one was four. I'm the same same circle of people for years right here. What else? So, someplace in the big car. Anyways, you can decapitate me. How many sort of sons that raise me. That's steal my money and get in the way of me or save money so I can't eat, so I can drink water, so I can't date. So they've been raping for more than 30 years, holding me back from dating. I've never been taken out on dates. What else? What else? What else? What else? How do I search on Instagram after having sex with your friend? Oh, Lord. Anyways, did he really Bible fall? Ew. Ew. Whatever that post name is. Ew. Did he rape Vicky T? Did he rape Sabrina Carpenter? What else? What else? What else? What else? He steals my money and then goes out and puts his dick somewhere. That's rape. I'm not his wife. He doesn't have me on hold. He doesn't have first dibs of my vagina. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I'm not following Kayla. So that I can kill her in self-defense one day. What else? 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 But I'm doing that on my own time. I don't want to be like live killing. I'm so upset. It's so tragic. Oh, and that's not the issue at hand. Like I met them before Jada and Kehlani were born. So like I need to have peace and Jada and Kehlani be safe all over again. For me to do that, I never felt my children being safe back then when they were abusing me and stealing from me. Their dad had already committed to providing to Jada and Kehlani before Jada and Kehlani were born. People do that. Bitch, though, es un puerco. Oh, he went on to say, "La lleves nunca a un hotel, so we have a chance at her." Ew. ¿Cuál es? Como si fuera lo único concentrado. People say, I hate having to say this out loud, dear FBI. I mean, I'm gonna sue you so people die sometimes. Going to jail for doing the wrong thing and going nervous. Pero ellos se creen que ellos viven concentrados y que one has to pick just from them. They're very disorganized. I want to take myself on a cruise trip. I want to read to take me on a day because I'm too sick. In my apartment to shut off. I can't get to doing that. Sorry. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Fuck yeah. Él se cree que su hermano es un pimp and I'm his wife. Un bruto el tipo. decades ago. Arlene will only like pimps. Anyway, it's not a man, not respectable, that's it. Ew, 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 tipo es un puerco. Ew, 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 eso no sabía ni cuidarme. At the age of 3, that I didn't want near me because then one gets pregnant of that because it's really pretty. And then in que hace shakes the baby. Possibly. Gloria Nilsson initiated that. Like, no era por tanto. So very pretty. What else? 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 I want my Maybelline mascara. What else? 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 I just shop at Nordstrom tomorrow. I'm not calling to see if Sarah's on. So you can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Sons. You can decapitate Sarah Francis for stealing from me, for getting in the way of me receiving money, for staying in my homes without my permission, for driving my vehicles without my permission. She could forget what work at Nordstrom. We'll see how that plays out if she's there. What else? 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 If it's a customer service, very unlikely I'll grab her and throw the floor and kill her just like that. People say that people are capable of picking up a vehicle in times of stress. Damn right. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What is it? People don't know how to be ignore, pace themselves, or there's also assholes right there that truly play girl. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. Ooh, I want a massage. What else? 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 What is this? What else? Ayer llamaba gente y eso como una experiencia que salió de la tierra. En the meantime la violó. Sí, se acostó con ella. Porque me roba mi dinero y yo no tengo dinero para salir en citas. Anyways, I want like 15 of those based on how I buy 19.99. I had at least 4 of those and I've yet to drive them. What else? 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 Oh, it's terrible. You can decapitate Benjamin. Did you see them driving theirs? With the money that he and I painted together individually. And he kept my money, kept the vehicles in the home, he kept the home too. Doesn't give me the key to my own home that's for myself. Or Edgar's home, maybe Edgar has the key to his home. Who gets the key for the home where I'm supposed to live with Jaden Keglani? Ya se la pasó la que le mamó el bicho por más tiempo. El tipo da un asco, una asquerosidad. Ew, 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 ew. Y yo todavía no he manejado mi at least 4 BMWs that I had by 1990. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Suarez's sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate the leeches that drove my vehicles, that steal my money, that stayed in my homes without my permission. What else? 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 Green Peacekeeper. Anyways, di una palabra de que cómo mató a mi madre. Posiblemente that guy hates me, I think. Possibly someone from Aguada, Puerto Rico, or a relative, or someone el apellido Ramirez, que someone introduced to be decades ago. Either way, I'm not interested. What else? What else? What else? What else? That leech is possibly planning an orgy where all these people rape me just for me talking to them. He's getting signatures for his. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? His mom not be on social media because his dad was like, under our marriage, I prefer you're not on social media. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What is this? You are a banana. Anyways, I'm into San Antonio. I think I already sent my girlfriend to a house. Best quality daughter, Gloria se murió. What else? 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 You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez on his sons. Rape me, then steal my money, then get in the way of me receiving money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Where am I heading to? I'm sending all those people. Not all of them, but a few. The microphone. Oh, no, ¿sabías que Leslie es una cuero asquerosa? ¿Sabías que Jorge es un cuero asqueroso? I don't make time for that. And I wouldn't disrespect myself dating Kehlani with or my future, whatever. Fuck buddy. What else? 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 So and I think I messaged this account from another account. Wow, Krista. Ele sabe te amo. He said he's Lorenzo Lorenzo. Oh, that fairly they opened before my birth. Pero después que se enteraron que ellos le compran ropa a todas las liches que se hacen pasar por mí en Grand cerraron la tienda. Like I've never liked that place por esa razón. Ew. And I've worn outfits from this place. Ew. Oh, the top is so relatable too. It's so pretty. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. I'm excited about that. I shop with a name for Jamie. They'll have the quality of the women's clothes for freaking money and possibly won't buy that much. No, they do. Clothes is so pretty. I've heard that about a lot of people. Then they have those pixie pants, a few of the t-shirts, a few pair of jeans. Jeans are like good for mostly every place. So the shoes for kids are they're so good. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He wants to say to me, yo le mamé el pene a todo. Y dice, dice, no, zapato, que tienes que usar. Okay. You can look half to you have inside a Lorenzo son. Nah, make me steal my money and get in the way for seeing money. You can decapitate. But what else? I already found what else? Anyways, they killed Logan and someone and trying to wake me. Oh, so there's the death of the family. Except she wasn't the one trying to kill many people. She's a victim to a friend. That if she gave you money, a leech is coming after you to kill you at a cruise near you. So he killed Logan Isabel. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Wow. Oh, he wants to distinguish himself from me. It's like, that is born in Puerto Rico. I don't even know where he was born. I don't even want to find out. What else? What else? There's some food truck in Miramar. Oh, how cute. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? This sounds fun. This sounds fun. There's salsa social too, gente. There's salsa social too. I'm following it. I'm getting there. What else? 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 I want to hear range. Nice. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. Everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. Everyone that drives my vehicles without my permission. What else? What else? What else? Their mothers are boring, so they killed mine. Hoping that I would let them rape me. Ew, they moved into my home, stole my vehicle at the age of 18 porque her parents don't travel weekly. So they went in, me robaron mi jevo, times like 3 or 4, se metieron en mi casa. Ew, gente puerca. Fuck. What else? Mientras se lo metieron todo el planeta y violaron y robaron. Fuck. Ew, ew, ew. What else? 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 You can decapitate. They have antidepressants, so sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of mercy. When they see someone, they're like, so because her mother doesn't drive, do you think that she'll drive and take her kids to school on time? Or the kids going to school if I'm married. Mejor dejo que me violen lo que la mamá tiene un carro y va al trabajo cada rato. For real, those leeches get so much hype. Ew. Esa la mamá nunca se va a quedar sin dinero para proveer por ella. Pero we know that Gloria needs us cash, porque siempre tiene dinero ahí. Salvo la Nusita, nos enteramos y a mí no me llega la Nusita. Bueno, usualmente cuando la chica está enamorada de uno, que sí sea una Nusita que te pueden comprarle, te compré una Nusita. Sin avergonzarse, sin avergonzarse. And this bitch either me quiere regalar el carro o no me ve como no. Muchos. Y liches que me violan, sí, de like, papi, necesitame mi cuarto. Es un novio, la que me dice visítame en mi cuarto. What else? They're just working through the kinks. Papi me violó y me llevó por días. And they're like, Arlene también está para llevar a los mismos sitios que tú y no me quieren matar. It's called lifestyle, bitch. Tú no pudiste empezar a los 2 años a decir no me gusta. What else? What else? What else? Un lloriqueo, que es la mamá. Ew. Oh. Ew, una gente tan puerca. Oh. What else? Need to use the restroom. I need to hopscotch soon. What else? 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 Oh, I can be eating there. Tranquila, these leeches that are working here have all possibly stayed in my home without my permission, have tried to rape me, possibly have gone to jail for stealing my money, and nothing about that. He does that. He warned me decades ago that he's gonna populate the planet with so much people knowing about me without any interest in gifting me money. That he is that I choose not to be with him, pero I'm gonna be surrounded by everyone que depende de mí. Porque eso es lo que hacen, una asquerosidad. Ellos no saben tener sexo. Ellos lo que hacen es se trepan encima y ya. Hasta que les salga semen. Oh, eso se le dice en Puerto Rico. Ahora se creía que yo le iba a dedicar cartitas de amor. Oh. A eso lo llaman hasta que le salga semen a mi pene. Él no sabe tener relaciones sexuales, me roba mi dinero, so I can't date. So what he's doing is raping people on the non-stop. At least back then. Okay, what do I know? He could be celibate. Either way, I'm not interested in him. What else? Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel and meet people and take on the community. I'm gonna see some men and leather and not like little kids wannabes. Ew, that's why I've never tried. What else? Yo amarraron a mi cama de balaustre a otra gente como los puercos que son. Yo quiero que mira de mismo porque ellos se pueden amarrar ellos mismos. I'm giving them options with my own property. They can run each other with the Hummers until they die. Or they can all be or in separate homes that I have with them. Colgarse del balaustre, amarrarse, mira, vivir ustedes. All four of them, or five, that steal from me, that get in the way of me receiving money. What else? 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 I'm so Yo me wondering, pobre gente, po. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm gonna be doing this all day tomorrow if I haven't received money. And in the meantime, oh, the people read. Leslie se volvió a escuchar por todas las veces que él me dijo que estaba feliz con ella. Y después yo la vi caminando por ahí, and then they bought her a car. Like, I still can access mine or my money. De esa nena que es menor que yo maneja por ahí. Y yo todavía sin dating. El tipo es un puerco asqueroso y una basura. Ew. No se quiere el mismo, so yo lo voy a matar. What? What? I didn't know that I'm this triggering at all. I'm very quiet. Pero people can read my mind, so they're like, yeah, lo del garaje ya lo sabíamos. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, it looks so good. I'm gonna follow it. What else? What else? What else? What else? And I think, no, ese nene tan lindo, Jorge, le plata un loco, también lo tengo que matar. Porque es so personable. Ay, bendita. What else? Y la normaliza esa. Ew. Oh, ellos se creen que wow, meeting dinner with Jaden Kailani. Yo, it's like, cómete la comida ya, que un día de esto tengo que matar a normaliza. So done self-defense too. Is the eso se le habla. Not that the penalty exists for the people that steal from one and make one suffer. That self-defense exists for when one is abused. I don't bring it up to them every day. Él quiere hacerme perder tiempo, dar on day, saying ella se merece que tú le des una oportunidad de conocerla, trying to get her to rape me. El tipo un puerco. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, I just mentioned it like a few times to Jada and Kaylani. What else? But not that many times. But before, not during dinner ever. Like, those people don't exist to me in my mind ever. Though Jada may have been. She's just like literally just spent $150 $200 at Target for the third time this week. was I miss those days. I miss those days. You know, I was in preschool, Jaden was in school. I'm like, when do I get myself to the library? Anyways, I was always at dormant, so the staff was pretty, but not like wow, not something that I was there for anyone that worked there. But I did take myself to that Colombian place dormant PDQ. Maybe one of those was there too. I used to visit Green Lemon or Daily Eats Alone. What else? What else? What am I looking for here? Oh, dormant. I sometimes talk about a place and then I shut. It's so good in Tampa. It's so good. What did I eat with the fresh chips? There were several dishes that I ordered. Did I get the burger? Was there a burger? Can't remember. Oh, and I love this place too. In Tampa. I took Jada and Kaylani there. I took Edgar there too. What else? What else? What else? They have pizza there. And they have a sandwich though. Sometimes it may be a special. This is not on the menu that I used to order. And then the salad had olives in it. So good. Oh, it's not what it is, but it was. It was something else similar to that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's cute too. What else? I miss Jada. I miss Kaylani. I shop at Target. What else? This is pretty. I love this account. So good. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I purposely forgot who wants this. What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, he's really pretty. He's pretty. Porque eles threatened their FBI dick. He's like, to not even follow him. So somebody I'm like, for real. I'm not gonna follow him. He's now working with Vogue. What else? What else? What else? So is Rachel Zegler a Latina? Ew. God. What else? Someone attended way too many meetings too. Oh, is that why he's upset too? He was always networking supposedly with his dad. So supposedly, or on his own, he got to like find out about a lot. What was it that I kept complaining? And like, ugh, stop talking to me about that. Like, why can't it just be like programs delivered? Like one day, well, What app is it? I can't remember what he was talking about. I'm like, I don't want to hear about that anymore. I don't like him, and he was raping me too. So I'm like, I don't want to hear about that anymore ever. It's like you think that people can just deliver a product in one day. What else? What else? What else? Not the expectation that I have. I didn't want him around me anymore. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? These are so cute. These are so cute. What else? It takes a while. What else? 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 He thinks that I'm gonna put. That looks so good. That looks so good. I'm saving it. What else? Anyways, Gladiana is dying. What else? What else? What else? So, what else? I want to find a nice store. Where is that Nordstrom? Just what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So bored. I miss hanging out with my mommy. I called you and come on here, and they didn't answer the phone. My kids are literally like waiting. For me to receive money to provide for myself to make money. They're like, are you gonna go out dancing? No, not like mom, no. So did these leeches say in the last attempt, if we kill Gloria Nirsa, maybe didn't kill anyone stuff? Yeah. Wow. What is cumbia en la bodega? I just like it porque it's so lovely. Nadie me dice, ¿por qué tú crees que es la mamá y ella? Mientras tú estás pasando hambre y te roba el dinero. And some people get offended in advance. They're like, we're opening a restaurant that has nothing to do with you. It's not your money. What else? What else? Like for real, I think I almost faced it because I don't have money. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I want to receive my hand. Through my GoFundMe campaign. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyway, I've been sending this GoFundMe campaign for years now. They're like, no, wait a ver, quizá ella se busca un trabajito de secretaria y un chonguito de carro. Y cuida a la mamá y deja de estar pensando en hombre. Yeah. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I'm gonna keep Kayla Barnes. what else? Oh, the people who watched this and laughed and like you're trying to say that she gets jealous of like, no, I'm gonna kill him. Shafar's is oh nice living room. What else? 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 I'm so bored. What else? What else? Oh no. Who killed her husband? What else I'm reading people? What else? That's so pretty. What else? Anyways, I'm heading over to here's the restaurant. I'll have the person here. They're all sleeping, or uno de ellos at least says, come on, Selena Gomez finally said that she's gonna showcase me. Like out in the public, say that. So I don't have time for any of you all. But they're all in their pajamas like around the time that the sun goes down. And they're like, she was gonna invite us all to a sleepover. And she didn't get to, so now we know when her electricity in her apartment is off, we do turn down service for ourselves. I've heard my siblings trying to coordinate that. Anyways, someone just changed my mind about the color brown. I like that dress. And it's relatable. What else? How you used to treat me. Where is it? That's a woman, Arlene. You and your scruffy look holding a coffee. No, no, no. That's how you write stuff? Ew. This dress is so pretty. So pretty. What else? What else? What else? So you can decapitate Benjamin sweaters and assistants. Not rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Porque that's the kind that one sends over to a massage. Esto no tiene remedio. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? Ellas se lo maman a él para que le dé mi dinero y le envíe masajes. Their parents didn't travel often. Son las leeches esas. Me roban mi dinero y me robaron machos, dejaron en mi casa. Y me robaron mi carro y mi dinero. Y mi outfit, mi panty nueva y todo. Para que ellos la lleven por ahí y la hagan verse como que they're globetrotters. Porque to at least one person with that aesthetic that que él tiene, it's believable. And then was no progresaron nunca, porque that was decades ago. Ew. What else? What else? What else?